Hey guys! Okay, so today I'm gonna do a video that was much requested, and it is a video entirely about my hair. I know I just did a hairstyling video, but we're gonna talk all about my lovely locks. Basically, I'm gonna go in depth on what my cut was, how I dyed my hair, because I basically did all of that homemade, just so you know. Thank my mom. Yeah, my mom actually cut my hair, but I can tell you what I told her to do, and I actually dyed my hair, so you don't necessarily have to go to a salon to get awesome locks like these. I'm just kidding, there's definitely flaws with my hair, but I was too lazy to go to a salon, and I always feel so awkward at a salon. Like, I have to make awkward contact with people, and I don't know, people touching my hair kind of freaks me out unless I know them, so I don't know, I would rather just do it myself. Is that weird? I don't know, I don't care. This is why I work on the internet, so I don't have to deal with people in real life. I'm kidding, I love people in real life, you can ask anyone, but still, I do feel a little bit weird about people touching my hair. So first off, for the cut alone, hair was about below my rib cage. So yeah, I had some pretty long locks. I got it cut by my mom, like I said, and all I told her to do was basically go in the back and cut it to my shoulder blades. So that was my only requirement. That's basically what I told her. I told her to chop it off. I didn't care if it looked sloppy or anything like that. In fact, I kind of wanted it to look a little bit handmade, homemade haircut, just because I think it gives a little bit more edginess. Like, a lot of my layers are very haphazard, which I kind of like. And then I went back through and basically just evened out some of the layers that I knew looked a little bit too tragic, and just evened out the sides and kind of did some other stuff that just gave it a little bit more volume. I cut my bangs on my own anyways. I don't have anyone cut my bangs, and so I cut my bangs by myself. And basically what I do to cut my bangs is I take them, and since they're curly, you can't really tell what I'm doing, but I run my fingers down, and then I cut at an angle away from my face, and normally my bangs, like right now, they're freshly cut, so they go to about my chin when I'm cutting them. That's basically the length that I keep them at pretty much year round. So that is how I cut my hair. My mom literally used kitchen scissors to do it, so I feel pretty proud of my mom for being good at cutting hair, I guess, unless my hair looks disastrous and I just don't realize it. So now going into the color, which is what a lot of you guys were asking about in my last video. First of all, I mentioned to you guys that I was getting the Faria Extra Bleach Blonde Intense one-step lightening system with deep conditioning. And a lot of you guys were like, no, don't get it. Disaster will strike. Your hair will be ruined. Blah. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? It's not really ruined. I actually dyed my hair twice, and I used the shade darker than this one for the midpoints, and then I used this for like the extra light portions. I find that I am incredibly happy with the color. I had no problem with the coloring system. In fact, I felt like it was very conditioning. It comes with like a deep conditioner and stuff like that, and it's an oil treatment, so it's not so damaging on your hair. At least that's what I experienced. I thought it was great. So I don't know what everyone was complaining about. I don't know. I really like the system, so coming from a consumer perspective, I really liked it, but maybe there's something chemically wrong with it, I don't know. What I did with the dyeing was, first round, I did it from here down, one shade lighter. So if you look at my roots, this portion of the hair down would have been just like a shade lighter. And I concentrated on my bangs. As you can see, my bangs kind of like go with the ombre, and then back here it's kind of true ombre. Then I went in with a shade lighter, that's the Extra Bleach Blonde 205, this guy. Which, by the way, I'm not gonna lie, open a door when you're doing all of this in your bathroom, because I thought I was about to have a chemical explosion in my lungs. It was so awful. But totally worth it, right? I swear, in 20 years they're gonna look back and be like, wow, people used hair dye? Wow, that's why everyone has lung cancer now. So I used that on this portion down, and then I used it to highlight the bottoms of my bangs. So once again, they go with the ombre. And really, I think that this whole process is kind of just trial and error, which I know is scary with your hair, but like if you're ombreing, for instance, I think that no matter how messy it looks, it'll still look cool. Like, I wasn't really worried about that because I figured, I think I'm doing it correctly, and I normally am pretty good at things that I don't normally do. I'm one of those people where I can jump into a situation and normally do fairly well in anything as long as it's not athletic. So I was kind of like, you know, okay with the whole hair dyeing thing. As a little bonus for myself, when I put it up in a bun, I actually dyed the back strip of hair back here, so it like goes with my bun. I don't know if that really showed up, but it looks really cool in real life, I promise. My dad pointed it out and was like, oh, you've got a skunk tail back there. I was like, well, It's not exactly what I was going for, but thanks, Dad. That's basically how I ombrayed it. It's like satisfying almost, like when you're finally washing out all the dye and stuff, you start seeing blonde at the end of your hair and you're like, what? Magic. And this was actually my first time ever dyeing my hair, so yeah, newcomers, don't be too scared. It wasn't that bad. And if you screw it up, you know, you can always go back to a stylist. No worries. But in total, for my hair in general, just everything, dyeing, cutting, whatever, I paid a total of like 15 bucks because that's how much my hair dye cost. So yeah, I paid $15 to have my hair look like this. Now, like the after effects of that, the keep up now, I have two products that I'm using just in tandem with each other because well, being new in the coloring world of hair, I decided I needed something that would protect it a little better. If you're wanting to delve into the adventure that is ombre hair or dyeing hair, I would say that you should get like a really good deep conditioning system for your hair afterwards, like shampoo and conditioner. The ones that I'm using right now were kind of expensive. I got them from Target, and honestly the reason why I got them so expensive was because I had read reviews on one of them and I was like, hey, that's cool. And then I read reviews on the other one and I was like, hey, that sounds cool too. And both of them were color care, so I just went with them. First one is the Nexus Shampoo Color Assure Radiant Color Care. And this shampoo is awesome, okay? Like, first of all, it smells like delicious daisy fields or something like that. It smells awesome. It lathers up really nicely, but it's super moisturizing, which is awesome. It's also supposed to take the brassiness out of hair. I think that's what I read reviews about. And even though my hair is definitely like a copper tone, which is what I was going for, I don't want it to look like totally red. I want it to be kind of like a light orange, bronze. My mom's a redhead, so I have undertones of red in my hair. So I was a little worried about that, but I kind of like the effect that it gives. And for conditioner, I went with the Pureology Serious Color Care Anti-Fade Complex, which I don't know, can blonde fade out of hair, or is it's bleached, so I don't think that can fade. I know that like red can fade out of hair and stuff like that, but yeah, clearly I know what I'm talking about when it comes to coloring. I got this anyways because I heard great things about the conditioner, and let me tell you, they are all true. This is the most moisturizing conditioner I have ever had. My hair, I'm not even kidding, is exactly the same as it was before I dyed it, and I bleached my hair. I bleached it. It doesn't feel any different. Like, I don't have any crunchiness down here. It's still soft, and of course initially it was kind of a little bit damaged just because, like, just bleaching it, you're gonna have a little bit of damage, but like, after shampooing it once, conditioning it once, it's exactly like it was before. Exactly like it was. It's ridiculous, really. I think it's in part due to these two products because they didn't really strip my hair of moisture, they just kind of added it back, the needed moisture. So if you're going to be dyeing your hair or anything like that, hit up the conditioner aisle and the moisturizing shampoo aisle. Do they have specific aisles for both of those? Probably not. Color care is important, dear children. Other than that, showed you guys the Alexa Chung hairstyling video. I'll put a link to that in the description box if you haven't checked that out already, even though it was my last video, so you should have checked it out. That's how I got these curls right now that I'm wearing, just so you know about that. If you guys have any other questions about like ombre hair or coloring or anything like that, feel free to comment below and I will most likely answer a lot of your questions because, I don't know, it seems like something kind of important, and coming from someone who did it for a first time and had marginal success, I think that it's important for you guys to hear from a consumer and user perspective when it comes to these dyes and stuff. Feel free to comment below if you have any inquiries about that. So other than that, I think I'm done. So if you want to go in the description box and check out all my social media websites, feel free to. Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram, delightful things like that, all in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys for the next video. Bye!